I am literally shaking. I'm nervous about the subject matter, of course, and just, I don't know, I'm not saying like I lost a certain amount of confidence, but I was very comfortable in just talking to you guys, and now I'm not as like comfortable like being on camera due to the fact that I've gained a ton of weight because of the medications that I was on. My skin is horrible from the medications that I was on, and I'm just not as confident with my appearance right now. But I just gotta get used to it. Gotta get used to looking at myself in the mirror again and accepting what is there. And thanking God that I am here, because that's number one. Thank God for keeping me. Amen. Amen. I just feel like a dried up, crusty mole. You know, the one that you go get frozen off or lays it off, and the doctor tell you, oh, it's gonna fall off in a couple of days. I feel like that. And I am trying to get back to some normalcy in my life. I can't even tell y'all the last conversation that I had with y'all. I mean, I can go back and watch the video, but I don't even like know where we left off, but I know where we're gonna start, and that is, where the hell you been at, Valencia? And why did you just drop off the face of the earth for a while? Now, I've resurfaced on my Instagram recently. I'd say in the last 30 days, I've been resurfacing on my Instagram, gaining some confidence, just with my physical look, and just being vulnerable enough to share everything that I've been through this year. And it's not something that just like popped out of nowhere. I wasn't stricken with anything. Your prayers did not prosper your damn demons, okay? This was something that was already persisting in my life. And it's something that I just did not have a proper diagnosis on for my health. So there was like no proper plan to really treat it, because every time I would go to the particular doctor, who was no longer my doctor anymore, okay? Be your own advocate, Black woman. I'm telling you, they really look at us like either it's all in our head. If it's not in our head, you'll be fine. Meanwhile, you're dying inside. Your insides is eating you alive. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. It's eating you alive. Okay? And I bind that up in the name of Jesus. So if you feel like you're not being listened to by your healthcare provider, change them. Go to where you are valued, okay? Because you're paying that insurance plan, okay? Go to where somebody's listening to you and they can figure it out. Am I ashy? I can't be ashy telling my little life story, Lord Jesus. What if this ends up on Lifetime? I'm just kidding. And she's ashy. Baby, if they wrote a biopic movie about me, trust and believe, a part of the character has to be ashy elbows. I mean, Black don't crack, we spread in the back. Baby, don't forget that notion, please. Speaking of which, this has me in a chokehold. Vanilla Cashmere, and then this new one, this holiday one. I know I'm getting off track, but this sparkling amber, yeah. And sometimes I mix them together. Girl, mix them together. See what you get. I'm just saying. Anyway, but we're gonna go for something very light, because I gotta go sit in the parent pickup lane and go get my babies in a minute. Not everything toppled over. Yeah, elbows. Oh, it smells. I digress. Last year, 2023, I was not doing well. Summer 2023, I was not doing well, and I knew I wasn't doing well. And I, went to a new healthcare provider, and like when I went to the appointment, it was just weird. They were doing a bunch of tests. I didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know why they held me in the office too long. I didn't know why they were giving me extra medication before I left. I was just like, okay, well, it is what it is. Whatever, I'm sure it's a doctor. They've got my best interest at heart. And then when I called, and my kids were gone during the summer, and I was so glad they were gone that summer, even though all the drama that was transpiring last summer. We're going to stick a pin in that. We're going to table that. But I called and I was like, is this medication supposed to make me feel this way? Like, I'm not feeling right. Still taking the medication, but something in my spirit just told me to stop, because around Christmas time 2023 I ended up going to the ER and being kept in the ER and being transferred to ICU. Yeah. So moving forward into this year, I was like, I gotta do something or I'm gonna die. Or my quality of life is not going to be the same. Because what my body was doing was basically, I'm not saying like eating me alive, but what's the right word? Attacking me. My body was attacking me and attacking like my organs and different things in my body. And the main thing that it attacked the most, you guys, was my eyes. And I'm like, what the fuck? Mind you, I had been tested for everything that you could imagine for a person that they label young. They still think your girl is young. So they tested my blood for everything. I mean, when I say everything, everything. Because anything that does with your eyes has to do with your immune system and all these things. You might have like an autoimmune disease, and that's what they were trying to narrow down to. MS, any STI, STDs, whatever. I'm like, baby, I've been keeping my life given to myself. But thank God my kitchen is clean. Okay, thank God for that. Reminder, ladies, go get your kitchens checked out at the gynecologist for your annual. Don't forget to do that, okay? Those things are important too, along with your breast mammograms and all those other things. Thyroid. I got tested for my thyroid, everything, because maybe they're like, maybe you have Hashimoto's, Graves, whatever. But I was so like, when I say tired, like I could open my eyes and then go back to sleep for the whole day, for 2 days, 3 days in a row. And I'm like, something is wrong. So top of the year, I was like, I got to get rid of this doctor that I'm with. They're not listening. So I get a new team of doctors, a specialist and another specialist. And this is where I say, and I don't want to make it about race, but it is. As a black woman, you have to be your own advocate, because while this doctor was testing me for all types of shit that ain't have nothing to do with me, I just stuff. No one did like a genealogy, like what does your family history look like? Is anybody else in your family got some issues? Maybe you need to do some research. And so when I go to this one particular doctor, they start asking me questions like, is anybody from your family happen to be blind? And I said, well, yeah. Is it a close parental relative? Why? Actually, yeah. And so I start diving deep into like my family history and stuff like that. Things that you don't think about until you have to think about it, and things that you don't correlate with yourself until you're like, oh, wait, maybe that does have something to do with it. Maybe I should talk to my relatives to see what's going on, because certain ailments, illnesses, autoimmune deficiencies, diseases, things that happen to your body, it's like clockwork. It starts happening at a particular age, and there's nothing that you can do about it because it's genetics. Was the case for me. And if I had known my genetic disposition or predisposition, I wouldn't be in the predicament that I am. I wouldn't have had to go into such extreme measures to save my life. So do know your medical history. Let me grab my emotional support drink. I'm feeling very vulnerable, because this is the part where you start telling a story and it sounds unbelievable because it hasn't happened to you. So you're trying to like make it make sense, and it's not making sense because you haven't gone through what I've gone through. But just listen, just be my emotional support, y'all. The point is, I started going to a new doctor, and when I tell you my first appointment, it was so scary because they just started throwing out all these big medical terms, big medical names, and all the medications that I would need to go on for a lifetime. And certain medications you can't even go on until you start a certain course of medication, which happened to be chemotherapy. And I'm like, but I don't have no damn cancer. Thank the Lord. But what do you mean I got to go on chemo? I I broke down. I broke down. I cried in my doctor's office. I broke down. I was like, I have kids, and I just started thinking about like all the things that I wanted to do with my children, and all the little things that I began to appreciate, just like seeing their faces and being told that I could possibly be blind like in less than a year, and have the sickness just take over my body was crazy, you guys. So I just took it like a champ, and I just started the course of action. Top of the year, I started steroids. If you guys have ever been on steroids, it sounds like something that a meathead would be taking at the gym, but it's actually something that people take medicinally, and it's not something that you can be on for a long period of time. You come off of and then you go back on it, because it breaks your body down. It breaks your immune system down. I'm not even done. Am I done with making I just want to do like a little light natural beat. I think that's good. And I'm out of blush. So I started the steroids, and then that wasn't working. I have to go get my blood work done like every month, you guys. So, and I've been doing this for I don't know how many months this year. What month are we in? The 11th month of the year. So Baby Quest Diagnostic knows me. So every month I go get my blood tested to see what's working. Is my body still in this state of shock and ready to like shut down? And so the steroids were not working, and I was on steroids for about a good month or two, and I like blew up. I was sitting in my car talking to y'all, talking about my baby daddy issues, and I'm like, y'all, I'm going through way too much to be dealing with this shit, and I meant that. And I think that's why I was trying to make the relationship work with him, but then I realized this is some bullshit, and I can't go through what I'm going through and deal with that shit at the same time. Excuse me for the usage of the word shit. And every time that I would go to the doctor, and I was going one specialist about my eyes, one specialist just about the state of my overall body, and another specialist, two different eye doctors, because I was losing my vision rapidly due to my body basically attacking itself. Okay. So that wasn't working, and then every time I would go to the doctor, it was like a new different medication, a new side effect, and then they put me on the chemo. Now, I'd never been a person that's sick, so I didn't even know. I thought it was the shit out of the movies, y'all. Like, you go to the hospital, you get hooked to the chemo or whatever, da, 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 da. They have chemotherapy that you can take by mouth. And I'm thinking, this is going to be easy. It's by mouth. Now, at first, I was like, ooh, I got this. And then I was still filming, trying to do the mom card chats, trying to be strong, trying to still be like my happy-go-lucky self. And then one day I just woke up and I was like, I can't do this. I was not I'm not gonna cry. I can't do this. And even saying it out loud that I couldn't do it, I felt defeated to finally realize that, this is getting surreal. Like waking up in the morning and number one, hiding it from my kids that my body is going through this, and still trying to be everything. So I would have a routine. I would wake up early, take my medicine, and go do all my vomiting in my mom's bathroom, which is on the other side of the house. Because I didn't want my kids seeing that. I didn't want them to have that memory of me, even if I was gonna no longer be here on earth. I didn't want them to remember me that way. I would rather have it look instant than them go through the pain of seeing somebody go slowly. But I didn't even realize I looked like I was going slowly. Like, it affected my kids. It definitely affected my oldest child. A lot, because he was able to, even when you don't say things, that your kids still know. And of course Maximus knowing, all of my kids were affected in a way. And so there came to a point where I was going through to all 3 doctor's appointments, and then I would go to the hospital on the weekends just because of the way that my body was reacting to the chemotherapy and the steroids, and my body was just not having it. I feel like the medication was killing me slowly, Lauryn Hill, or was it killing me softly? Killing me softly, versus my actual illness that was doing it. Like, it was speeding up the process. And I told my doctor at my next appointment, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I was ready to give up. I was just like, I'm dying. And I said, this medication is killing me even faster. Like, this is not, I can't do this anymore. Either you're going to take me off this shit and I'm just going to go peacefully in my sleep, but don't let it be a nightmare, okay? Imagine dying in your sleep and you having a damn nightmare. Oh my God. Hey, Jesus, what are we doing here? Yeah, you dead. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, oh God, that'll be horrible. My body just became so swollen. If, again, you've ever been on steroids or know anybody that's been on steroids, and not the meathead man that you with who trying to get buff. I'm talking about like medicinal steroids that you're taking by mouth. It's a tiny pill. It dissolves in your mouth and it seems completely harmless, but it takes away your muscle. You gain weight. You have all these side effects. You're easier to break bones. You're out of breath. It affects your blood pressure. It affects your heart rate. Like, I had to go on a heart medication just to be on the medication. And then again, I'm not a person that's like ever been like really like ill. I think, like I said, Mother Nature, you get to a particular age where your biological clock clicks over, and whatever genetic predispositions you have, like, really start really working real hard. And if you're of a particular age, then you know what I mean. Your body creaks differently. You might be pre-diabetic, certain different things that you need to kind of look out for. And the older you get, the more likely you are to get these things if you're not taking care of yourself. So just not being able to get up, work out. I couldn't work out. It was doctor prescribed. No working out. No crazy things to like raise your heart rate or whatever. And then, like I said, I started the chemotherapy by mouth when I'm like, this is so easy. Chemotherapy by mouth. I'm going to conquer this. Yeah. No, that's not how it goes. Then my hair started falling out. Amongst the other things that I've told you guys about the weight gain, heart rate, hypertension, easy to break bones. Just look up what steroids can do. My body just began swelling, and then combined with the chemotherapy by mouth, hair started falling out, skin started getting crazy bad. Couldn't go out to the sun, because when you're on chemo, you can't really go out to the sun like that, because it's like you're more susceptible to cancers, which is crazy. It's supposed to be helping you. These medications are supposed to be helping you, but they damn near kill you. And then what they don't tell you is what they do tell you, but they're like, oh, you can't really go out. You go into the store, make sure you wear a mask, whatever, do. Meanwhile, you guys, I'm in the thick of taking my son to his track practices, track meets, and stuff like that. Girl, I was outside, but not like enclosed. Well, I did take the twins to a dance, and I was like, maybe that's what it is. But anyway, nonetheless, girl, my immune system was not there. I didn't certain things. I'm not dumb, okay? But when you've never gone through it, there's no guide. There's no book of what to expect. When you're on these medications, somebody need to write that book for real. But I end up getting shingles. And so, again, I'm young. Most of the people over 55 get it, and you can't even get the vaccination for shingles unless you're of a particular age. Your insurance isn't going to cover it. And so when I go to the emergency room, the doctor immediately says, once I'm back in the room, because you go through triage or whatever, the doctor immediately says to me, are you on any steroids? I said, yeah. And she said, and are you on any chemotherapy? And I said, yeah, but it's not that bad. It's by mouth. And she was like, Do you have like a health advocate that calls and checks up on you to see how you're doing on the medication? Say, no, I just get my blood work done. She was like, yeah, well, you have shingles. She said, you're gonna get butt naked, like how you came into this world. But I can already tell you, it's the shingles, what you're exhibiting, the pain that you're talking about. I feel like somebody was stabbing me to death, to the point where I could faint. I could literally just like faint, like some shit you see in the movie faint. Like, girl, is you okay? Get up, stand up, 10 toes, stand up, friend. Couldn't get up. So yeah, but it was for the grace of God. That was the blessing. The shingles was the blessing. Here's the blessing of it all, friends. Mind you, I was really like taking care of all of my side effects like holistically. I can give y'all a whole list because I do feel like they helped me too. I was taking something called specifically for my liver because a lot of the medications that I was on were being processed through my liver, not my kidneys. Y'all know I went to pharmacy school now. Anyway, that's a whole other story, a whole other life for me, but here I am. They get processed through the liver, and my eyes started turning like yellow. My eyes was yellow. And so I started taking, God darn it, now I can't even remember. Oh, brain fog is real. Lord, and this is a good medication if you are on like medications. I need to take some ginkgo biloba, baby, because this memory, I got kids. I got kids. This one, black seed oil. This one is just for great overall health. Black seed oil, you put a little bit under your tongue, let it sit, and I did that twice a day. This was great for me for just anti-inflammatory, anything going on in your body. I mean, like anything, any ailment that you have, but it's got to be like in a glass bottle. But this one, most importantly, for the liver, I stand by it. I still take it to this day because I'm on an injectable that I have to be on for the rest of my life, and I have to get my blood tested every month. And by the grace of God, it comes out clean. Well, clean enough for me to be on the medication. Milk thistle. Google it, do your research, ask your doctor about it, saved my life. I digress. I have a whole bunch of other holistic medications that I was taking too. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I could do a separate video because I did do things to lessen the hair loss. My hair is growing back nicely, but I did lose, I lost volume. So yeah, that part, that was some shit, y'all. Just rub your hair through your hand and be like, oh my God, what the girl? So, boom. The shingles was the blessing for me because my doctor was able to say, okay, remember I told you I got to go through a certain course of action of medications and treatments before I can get on the injection, because the injection is $6,000 a pop. $6,000 a pop. Okay. Not the thumb. I have the new update on my phone. If you do like hearts and stuff like this, it'll like show crazy. So anyway, I didn't mean to do that intentionally, but if you want to thumbs up this video, thumbs up this video because I'm being completely as vulnerable and transparent as I can while keeping certain things private, because I'm still in the process of healing. Like I actually have a surgery coming up this week, and that's what I just need, emotional support, because I'm anxious about it. I have a surgery that is going to correct my vision that I lost, because I am now blind, you guys. Like, not like no cute, oh my God, I need to wear some glasses, kind of blind. No, I'm blind in my left eye and going blind, and this all I can see is this much in this eye, like a pin. But I'm completely blind in this one, which is why I can't drive. And I can't even say correct, because the vision that I lost, I'll never get back. In both of my eyes, I can't even afford to cry because my surgery is literally tomorrow, you guys. So I can't afford to cry. I've been doing all my pre-ops. I digress. I'll make it just pray for you, girl. So after that ER visit, and getting the shingles diagnosis, which is adult chickenpox, you guys. It's adult chickenpox. I was in the ER talking about herpes. The doctor was like, girl, be calm, girl. Stand up. It's adult chickenpox. Although chickenpox is a form of herpes. But, I mean, we call it the chickenpox. But it is what it is. I had shingles. Because I got shingles, I couldn't be on any medications that affected my immune system. I had to come off of everything, which was kind of scary because I'm like, well, what am I going to do in the meantime to keep me stable? And it was kind of like, fight for your life. No, for real. The doctor was like, fight for your life, bitch. I love my doctor, but he was like, fight that shit out, ho. You got this, you got kids. So, in that 2-week span, the only thing I could do was just do drops in my eyes to keep my vision from leaving me any faster than it was because what's going on in my body. And I have other specialists to get to. And I had to pray about it because I was like, well, in the meantime, can't you let the insurance company know that we've gone through every single avenue that we need to? And it's not just your insurance company, it's like the plan of health. If you work in a healthcare system, then you know what I'm talking about. There's a certain plan of health that you have to go through in order to get access to certain medications, unless you're just going to pay out of pocket. And I don't know about you, but I don't have $6,000 bi-weekly to give up. I don't, that's $12,000 a month. I don't got that. So, my doctor was like, I don't even know if they're going to approve it because we haven't even finished the other course of action, but I'm going to try and write it up. And I waited, I think, 5 days, and Publix Pharmacy called me and they were like, hey, Miss Caggiano, we got your medication. I'm thinking it's another medication, and I'm telling them, oh, I can't take that. And they were like, oh, this one's new. Even when the pharmacist called me, because by now they know me, I walk in there, they're like, go ahead and give Miss Caggiano medication. Or if, my mom went in there, go ahead and give me schedule on medication. Because, I was in there like swimwear, baby. Picking up my medication religiously and doing what I was told to do. So the pharmacist called me and was like, Miss Caggiano, we have your medication. You're not going to believe this. And I was like, what? I thought it was going to cost me $500. And I was like, okay, I can manage it. I might have to post some feet pictures up on OnlyFans, but I'm going to get it done. With the French manicure, they really like that with the extra coconut oil on your toes. Yeah. But I'm going to get it done. And the pharmacist says, oh, it's only $5. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? The pharmacist was like, yeah, I don't know what they keyed in for you, but yeah, you better come get this now. Well, I am now on an injectable every 2 weeks that I have to give to myself, which is crazy, and I hate it, and I'm actually due for one. And I'll probably do an injection day, because that's one of the most hardest days for me is injection day, is knowing that you're about to inflict pain on yourself. And people say, oh, I've been taking it forever, and it feels fine. No, it don't. That bitch don't, excuse my French, it don't tickle, baby. It burns. It's horrible. So I'll probably do an injection day video just to serve as a support mechanism for other people who have to get through injection day as frequently or more frequently than I do. Like, I need it. Like, I watch other people's injection day videos, and on the count of 3, do it. Just get it over with. And I'm very kind to myself on those days. But July 3rd was the day that I was taking off all of those other gnarly medications, and I am just down to the injectable, which is like, it's not a cure-all because it has its own side effects, and I have to go get my blood work done every month to make sure that it's not affecting me in any way. But it has its own side effects where you'll see me in long sleeves out in the sun. I can't garden how I want it to. I do have to worry about hair loss with this one too, but it allows me to be more functional than what I was on the other ones. And this one's more long term, although I may have to go back on. I don't even want to say I might have to. I'm not going to have to go back on it. But, hey, I'm here. Honestly, the way that I was looking, how sick I was, that's not something that I wanted to ever look back on in my life and be like, yeah, you was down bad. And that's not something that I want you guys to remember about me either. Like, when I tell you I love this, I love this. I love coming on here. I love laughing with you guys, okay? I love that you guys are an amazing support system. And I accept the fact that I have people that can look at me and be like, I don't like nothing about her. Everything she do is just, I still love it here, but I just didn't want y'all to see me like that. Like, when I tell you, it takes my mom to tell you, like, days was rough where she had to literally pick me up because I was weak. I couldn't do it. And then I couldn't see anyway. I can barely see you now. Because I know some people are going to be like, I thought she said she was blind. How did she just beat her face like that? Baby, God and muscle memory. I know what my face feels like. I know where to put things at. I know how much to put things. I know my correct color. I think drawing on my eyebrows is the toughest thing. I have to shine a super, super, super bright light because in this eye, imagine you just got out of the shower and it's foggy and you have to like wipe off the mirror. That's how this eye is. It's just permanent fog mode. You can see yourself moving around. You can see the colors, but you can't see. So this eye is, I can't even see my face, but I can see the colors. This eye, I got like a nice little pinhole. It's a clear pinhole, but everything else, I've lost like peripheral vision. I can't see. If you run up on me, I can't see. License was revoked. It's funny, but not funny because I thought that, like, I don't think you realize, well, I knew I was losing vision, but I didn't know it was like that bad until I went to the DMV and tried to get my license updated. And the lady was like, ma'am, read the lines. You have to stick your head in this little thing that everybody done put their forehead on and they don't even sanitize it, but I digress. And I look in there and I'm like, the lines is blank. Ain't nothing on them lines. And she was like, you don't see that? And baby, when I didn't make a scene, but at least 2 people came from behind the counter to check the functionality of the machine, and it was very clear that that lady snatched my license and told me I couldn't drive. She was like, yeah, we're gonna need to see something from your doctor. So yeah, your girl is handicapped. But that's okay, because God gonna fix it. He gonna fix it. I got my surgery tomorrow. I'm prepping. I need to put in my medication to my eye. And I'm going to be able to see a little bit more clearly in this eye, which hopefully my doctor can write me something, some kind of prescription where I can drive a vehicle. My vehicle may have to be modified to a certain extent. I don't know. We're just going to see, because I miss having some type of independence. I do. I miss it. Like, these kids really got to learn how to drive, because now they really got to drive me around. And yeah, I've had to do some things to adjust to the life of not driving. Like, I don't even have a car. We'll talk about that in the next video. How about we talk about that in the next video? And my doctor told me that plenty of people drive with one eye, with one good eye. He's like, he's got plenty of patients who are blind in one eye and they drive. You know what I'm saying? I might have to get some special girl, I don't know. I just know I need to do whatever I need to do in order to get some vision back, so that, number one, I want to be able to see my kids. I want to be able to see my son walk across the stage for his graduation. I want to be able to see my daughter play the violin. I want to see my daughter get married one day. I want to see my kids grow. I want to see Izzy get taller than me. Lord Jesus, there's so many things that I want to see. As they say, open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I want to see you, Lord. You know, I'm jokey, but I can't cry right now. But I need to see. So that's a bit of a health update. My process is not over. Like I said, I have surgery this week, and then I have to meet with an additional specialist to target down, like, although I know it's genetics, what genetically is going on with me. It was a bunch of big words that were being thrown out, but I've had to wait. You gotta wait so long to get seen. That's another thing. Like, you could be dying, but you gotta wait so long because you're a new patient to get to the doctor just to be seen. And some of these appointments I've had stacked up from the beginning of the year that I hadn't been able to see a doctor until now about certain things. So it's a process. I'm going to carry you guys along the way, but on my bad days, I can't film. And a lot of times I'm just... And also, I just want to say, and not even me, I don't ever want you guys to feel sorry for me because I'm here. I am here, and I thank God that I'm here. But you never know what somebody is going through. You hear these autoimmune diseases being thrown out like lupus and MS and stuff like that, and I would have never thought that the course of action to those things are chemo, radiation, or even if it's not going to the hospital and getting your chemotherapy done, you can do it at home by mouth. I had no clue. Now, I don't have lupus, even though that's one of the things that I thought I had, and I don't have MS, even though that's one of the things that I thought I had. Those are some courses of actions. Spinal arthritis, something to do with the spine, where they're trying to narrow that down with me too, that you go on these courses of actions and you just never know what people are going through. And just that illness doesn't always look ill, or sometimes people just put on their best face just to get outside. I'm putting on my best face right now to talk to you guys, but I am dog tired. Like, I be tired. When I tell you I be tired. Not as tired as I was the beginning of this year because I take my injections, but I'm still, I would say I'm 65% to where I used to be health-wise at my 100% health. I'm 65%, and if I can just get back to 90, Lord, I'll take it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, with that being said, I've talked enough. Thank you guys for being here. Turn on your notifications. I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to cover some other topics too, okay? What else? I actually have my surgery tomorrow, so this video will go up, and then I don't know what I'm going to be able to do in the next couple of days for recuperation. I'm supposed to be down for 7 days. So I might pop up and just say, hey, I'm good. I'm alive. Thank y'all for my prayers. Thank y'all for the prayers. Thank my mama for the prayers because she praying for me too. Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. My main concern is I'm always thinking about my kids. Like, I'm thinking about right now, like, what are my kids going to eat for these next couple of days that I'm down? Because I be cooking. That's the one thing that I didn't want to lose was my ability to cook. Now, I do need help to see my way in the kitchen because I burnt plenty of dishes not being able to see. But it's actually brought me and my kids closer because it's more of a family thing to be in the kitchen cooking out. But yeah, what am I going to feed these kids?